Hi everyone, my name is Larry Stauffer, the owner of Larry's Home Designs. As my business grows, I've been discovering that a majority of the people that visit this website are interested in pole barn style homes. I know that my website does not include a lot of specifically pole type buildings that you can look at and say, wow, that thing's built on a pole structure, or that thing looks like it should be on the beach somewhere because it's got piers coming out from underneath the first floor system. That was never my intention. But before I get into those details, let me just give you a brief history of my experience in pole barn structures, pole home structures, and my qualifications to help you out with your dream home of building the economical first home, second home, retirement home, whatever you have in mind that you want to save money on but live comfortably by doing a pole barn or a pole home type structure for your house. I started my career working under an architect. He had a contract with a builder who did nothing but pole structures. And when I got hired, I was the guy chosen for that job, and I did pole structure after pole structure, day in and day out, until I could almost do them in my sleep. And now that the demand is increasing for pole style houses, I feel like I fit right into that niche of being able to help you design, develop your dreams of building the economical pole style home. Every plan on my website, whether you look at it and see it as a log structure, as a typical siding slash frame house, no fear, that can be easily converted to pole structure. The idea for pole structures, pole barn style houses, are simply saving money on the foundation. I've done log homes where a typical square foundation of 30 feet by 50 feet with a concrete floor cost the homeowner $20,000 to do that. Yeah, he did want the basement. That was the idea behind it, and he had the money to do it. But if you don't need a basement, or you're building in an area where the ground is not sufficient to support basement walls, that it's not adequate resistance in the dirt. You know, there's some types of dirt that offer more stability. I know down in Florida, a lot of the houses are built on a slab because of the loose sandy soil, and pole style houses overcome that without any problems. And any plan you look at on my site, don't walk away from it and just say, well, that's not a pole style house. Yeah, it can be. Just give me a call and let me know what you have in mind. I know there's a lot of questions out there that people are afraid to ask. You can shoot me an email, call me on the phone. It's listed on my website. And the other thing is, I had a question that was kind of interesting a while back. Somebody emailed me and said, hey, can I put a basement under my pole barn style house? And I said no. I said, yeah, you can, but what's the point? The idea of using poles for your foundation, or piers as some call them, is actually to save money. And this guy was thinking that he'd like to have the basement space but build a pole structure on top of that, and that was pointless. There's no need to do that, because if he's going to put the money into the basement, he might as well just build a typical structure on top of that instead of going pole style. Pole style from the first floor level on up is not really different than a typical frame house. You can build a log home on poles if you want to. That's entirely up to you. We're focusing here on the bottom part below your floor system that goes down into the ground. That's where your huge money savings is. And there's so many different ways of doing that, even that will depend on your geographical location, and it's going to be on a person by person design that's going to determine what style poles or what style construction for your foundation are good for you. In some areas where the soil is less acidic, you can use your posts all the way down into the dirt 3 or 4 feet below grade. If you're building in an area where it's a lot more acidic, or there's more termite issues, then you want to put concrete piers down and put your posts on top of that as your foundation structure. But either way you look at it, I can help you out with that. That's what I'm here for, to take the guesswork out of the whole thing for you. And the other point I want to stress is, when you go to my website, which you're obviously on right now, is you're probably not going to see a plan that fits you 100%. You're going to change something. You're going to see, oh, I don't like this closet area. I don't like the window placements. That plan doesn't work for me. Yeah, it can. If you like the outside style of the building, you like the rest of the floor plan, it's a small modification just to give me a call. Say, hey, I like this plan. I'd like to buy it. I can modify it for you. There's no doubt about it. I'll happily do that and make other small adjustments for you. Make major adjustments if you want them. That's not a big deal to me. It's what you ultimately want. You're going to live in this thing for the next 20, 30 years or more if you're a really healthy individual, which I hope you are. It's one of those things that out there in the world, I've talked with people that say, I just can't find a plan that fits me. You're not going to. You might find one that's close, but you are a unique individual, and if you want something that fits you, you're going to have to buy a plan that's close and modify it, or go completely custom. And in the long run of things, in a 20 to 30 year viewpoint, the cost of a custom plan is not that expensive. You're going to look back and say, yeah, that was well worth it. I could do that again. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I'm not living with this little thing that I didn't like on the plan. That's going to make my life miserable. A couple of line changes can change your life. So give me a call. Give me an email. Shoot me a message on the website. Contact me. Let's get this thing started for you. Pole barn houses are economical. You want to save money? We can do this. I'm here to help you, and I'm more than happy to do so. There's nothing that gives me greater satisfaction than to have an email from somebody who says, hey, I got my building permit, I'm ready to roll, or we just moved in yesterday. Why don't you be one of those people? Let me add you to the list of happy clients that I have and make your American dream a complete reality.